The first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
They're in uncharted territory here. Finally in the red zone. It took the whole first half. It's 1st and 10 from the 20. With the catch, it's Henderson. Touchdown, Ohio State! Hauled it in and just kept right on running to the hallelujah land.
Man, I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. Fielded in the end zone. It's Henderson. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. The give to the back. And he finds enough running room, and he's marked down at the 20. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Back to throw, it's Milroe. He lobs one high down the left side. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. And that'll do it. Here in the second quarter, halftime has arrived, and we head to the studio. Alabama ready to put a boot to it to start the second half. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchdown. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They start this third quarter one-possession game and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain, so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
They'll try the run. At the 40, there he goes. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop.
Nice job getting outside, right? Those running backs, they get on those tracks, they run outside. Now they're in the open field. It's so tough. Those safeties are flying down, try to get an angle, but you could tell the speed sets them up, makes the big play out to the line.
And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
This is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. They've softened them up with a run. Now to throw it.
Let's go to last year's week.
And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete.
Thank you.
The end zone, and Pickens again adjusting Lewis and flying away. This one's outside the number of plays. Look, he looks great.
They've got the ball at midfield, but they're facing a 3rd and long. Back to pass, it's Howard. Unloads to the right. Makes a connection. He's right out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting first protection.
Stop is made almost immediately. Give him 1 to the 23.
I want you to also notice, guys, there's 3 highlights in 3 years of 3 different quarterbacks. This time, Mitch Trubisky rolling away, and Sammy Watkins, and my goodness.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9.
Tested clinically.
He's looking to throw. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Man, that's a big missed opportunity for the running back. I'm trying to find ways to feature this guy and get him the football in space and not just hand it to him all the time. And tell you what, I'm a lot less likely to find those plays if he can't reel in those catches.
Quick completion on the out. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And of course he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one is the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives
Everybody got time babysitting that ground, man.
good job blocking up front.
All tied up, just about set to kick it away.
He's a good fit for Dallas. Fit right in.
Going for the return. That is a decision he
With
will
other
likely
bullshit, they be
regret.
in the
Brings it
time.
out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10.
Receivers have a history of making these cost-benefit analyses and deciding that some of these really supremely talented receivers are not worth the headache. Let's look at their recent history of guys they've traded away. Deontay Johnson, Chase Claypool, Antonio Brown, Martavis
Yeah.
Bryant, and now
The tied
Gotta get the right
offense
motherfucker in the
rolls on
game.
the field.
everything else made the Steelers say, okay, he could be coming
They
out.
go to the ground.
But I do give them credit because they were drafted for offensive line.
Defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easier.
And they got a guard.
Now they got a guard on the
That's gonna
ground
help pull,
defense.
you know what I'm saying? Pull, block, and all this shit.
Dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
See, yeah, bitch. You made me feel like that she tried to stop me right there. She got going.
And then giving Metcalf that extension, so you have a true
Now facing 3rd and short from their own 17.
She got going, see that?
Wants to throw. It's Milroe. Quickly complete. Got room at the 35. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Third down. A lot of
Tried to
times,
embarrass me on
not
TV.
necessarily who's the most open. Who do you trust the most?
Yeah.
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Let me get up out of here.
At the 45 on the way. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line.
I'll tell you, the defense is going to have to do a much better job containing these
Yes, I'm about
outside
to
run
break you
plays.
off
They better
already,
be able
nigga.
to funnel the football back to the middle of the field because this guy with his speed can kill you like he did on that outside run play there to the left.
Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with
Man,
another
he
first
just he
down.
put this stuff in a fucked up situation. Fucked up the jig.
They'll pick up
I ain't gonna
4,
lie.
2nd and 6
I don't
coming.
even know why he trusted
That
that
is an
shit.
incredible job by the defense to stop that receiver in particular on that jet sweep. This is one of the fastest guys in college.
It ain't the fact that he it's just all the situations been bad. The offensive line trash as fuck.
That was pretty impressive.
The give to the tailback.
Man,
Able to pick up a couple down to the 27.
the hell. They made 2 dumbass trades. Like, I wouldn't have got rid of Pickens, and I would have at least
Balls at the
held on
27.
to Najee
It's
for at
3rd
least
and
one more
short.
year
Can they
if I was
avoid
going to
making
have
that 4th
Aaron
down
Rodgers.
decision?
So you're gonna have to be a physical team. You have to run the ball.
The give is to Miller.
Fuck you get worried your damn running back for?
And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get it down.
How nice is it as a play caller when you've got a running back?
Yeah, the biggest receivers in the league. Only thing you gotta do is throw that bitch up.
Run calls.
His specialty.
Nothing has to be too tricky, too fancy. You just know he's going to go make good things happen. Even when it's not blocked properly, he is still finding ways to rip off long runs.
I can
This
believe
guy
they
now
did
has
the
over
shit.
150 yards rushing in the game.
If that's the case, we should have got him.
They keep pushing forward now, back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been mad.
They'll run it to the left, looking for the touchdown here.
I'd have dealt with the shit.
Touchdown time! And with that, they've got
Yeah.
the lead here in
Yeah,
the
throw
second
your
half.
helmet, bitch. Let me show you.
Backed up in the shadow
Yeah,
of the goal
show me
post,
you curve,
no
bitch.
problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety. You get worried about that. But the offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing. Great job getting a touchdown.
So that's
They'll
why
try
I
to
don't
add another to
understand.
their
Like,
lead.
why would they keep him just for the year? You get Aaron Rodgers for the year?
And with the extra point, the score is now 21 to
Like,
14.
what are you doing?
Lining up to
They
cover
look
the
like
kick
he's
after
they
that
just talking
touchdown
his shit.
drive.
He's in that bitch talking his shit. And you fucking with Tomlin.
He'll
Tomlin
bring
ain't
it
going
out.
for none of
It's
that.
Ballard. Not
He's gonna
nearly
be
as
the
much as he hoped. When he
HINC.
brought it out of the end zone, he'll be stopped at the 15.
With or without your ignorant ass. Cause I honestly think, like, at the house, I think Tomlin could be an ignorant ass nigga. Like, you can sit in his eyes. Like, no nonsense.
There's a lot
Not
of
going.
pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David.
I
But
could
they
fuck
can't
with
go too
Tomlin.
fast because their defense right now is
Take a
tired.
shot or two
And I
with
think
it.
that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
This offense is starting to believe, and as they generate yards and points, they're bringing momentum with them. They'll see if they can find some running room on the right here. Runs ahead and powers his way from 4 yards out to the 30.
Let me stop hitting stupid. Cause that shit don't work. You got tank.
Does it make sense right now that the perfect for the Steelers to have this year specifically for George Pickens?
But I know what do work.
When they need so much depth on the offensive side.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Back to throw, it's Howard. They're bringing heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football.
Get
Now
back there,
they
then.
face third down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's 3rd and long from the 30. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. The short hands, it's Smith. And he surges up to
That was
the
good, man.
36-yard
Take
line, and they'll move the chain. These two guys,
Take it down,
just
dude,
on the
nigga.
same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's
Take that
practice.
bitch down.
That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
Looking for space. It's Judkins. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure it to 1st down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical,
I wouldn't give
especially
a
on
damn what
1st
he
down.
do.
And you want to create second
As long
and
as
short
you show game,
yardage,
man.
or just get 1st downs like that run right there.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. He's looking to throw it. Fires to the middle. He's got it. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it.
That shit box.
Up more than 30.
Nice confidence by the QB. Good throw.
Really was.
Nice Listen, you got to throw it where it's open.
Yeah, I'm gonna see what they're gonna do with Keenan Allen because they just drafted Birdie.
Nice job attacking.
And
They
they
drag him
loaded.
down, but not before he picks up the first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
What's that?
And guys, if they can somehow, some way find their way into the end zone, we'll
Probably
have a
like pass
tie
to them
game
not
in
to
the
get on that
fourth.
bitch and look. See, I ain't tried
Works
it
his way ever closer
since
all
I've been
the way
since we've
down
been
to the
on. I haven't
1
did
yard
it.
line.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his hands.
Looking for just one more yard. It's second and goal.
Listen, and Shefty brought up a great point. I think you mentioned it as well. We're not there every day, so we don't know about the talent of
They'll
this
run it to the left here, looking for the goal line. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on second
Where
down,
you
this
running to,
third
Sierra?
to mid-range. You got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
Trying to bully their way in. And he takes it to the
Get
house.
on it.
Touchdown, Ohio State. One step wrap, 2-step squeeze. See what you hit what you see, bring your feet. Yeah, none of that happened.
Yeah, those are all great things to keep in mind, but you're also trying to tackle another man against his will and get him on the ground. And by the way,
Another fucking good
Coming
game.
down the stretch in the fourth, and we are all tied up, about set to kick it away.
But would you rather have the quarterback row than right now?
On the run from inside his own 5.
Oh,
He'll be brought down after a solid effort on that
pretty straight
return.
up.
Here comes that Alabama offense. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
and that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get
He
more
did
down, you need a
not
chance to
block
go
this
deep, press the
motherfucker.
sideline, get some oxygen,
Plucked
move
it
forward.
right
Now it's
there.
on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because
Yeah,
it's a
yeah,
two-pronged
damn,
problem.
I'm
You've got to
shit.
score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
Give to the running back. Defense fills those gaps. He's got 1 to the 28.
Man, that D tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his
Damn.
stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back, cat-like quickness?
That bitch fuck around and make it back. Oh, Kenny Pickett.
The clock has stopped as we have reached the 2-minute warning here in the ball game. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28.
Shit, they got 6 of them.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Looking for a man. It's Milroe. Unloads to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
Man, this quarterback is going to have to be deadly accurate here in this 2-minute situation, right? And that's really what he's had to be all game long. He hasn't had a lot of yards because the coverage has just been so tight. He's had to be pinpoint perfect. It's been hard just to...
And he can't get it
I couldn't get that bitch to go down the field.
What
Let's
a
go.
huge play this late in the game.
And man, it can be dangerous when quarterbacks get outside the pocket. They can stress your defense so bad. You better chase them. You got to keep running as hard as you can and try to get to him before he can throw that football, and especially square those shoulders up. Nice job by the defense continuing to pursue, even though he got outside the pocket.
Well, this offense is up against it here. Trailing late in the game, the defense knows they're going to throw the football. First down, they get sacked. Second down, incompletion. There's no mystery what's happening here. Quarterback's just going to have to make a play on 3rd down.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot. And that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. The punters have had the day off up to this point, first one of the game. No fair catches here, looking for room. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line.
Man, my whole defense tired as shit. All along.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. This one is about finding the balance between being aggressive and not being reckless, Jesse.
The only way this thing works, though, if they're going to be aggressive, this offensive line has got to be able to hold up here for this QB.
Yeah, because you need to take shots beyond the sticks so the clock will stop. You can save every second you have.
Ooh, and I love the running back here. Running into the blitz, he saw the extra defender. He was able to put his foot in the ground and make a miss. That was a good play.
Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Looking for room, it's Henderson. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? They'll call timeout with 9 seconds left on the clock.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie.
A third down try for the offense.
I first ran when I had came out the wrong shit. I ain't running with it. Fuck it.
Looking to pass, it's Howard. Starting to feel a little pressure. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down.
One shot for the end zone? One shot for the end zone. One shot for the end zone. No wrong with it, my nigga. Yeah.
The Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He'll come out throwing on first down.
Yes, sir.
It's incomplete, and the clock strikes 0.
You don't let me get the ball.
Headed to overtime.
It's alright. Don't worry about what we got going down here,
So
man.
here comes our first play of
You
overtime.
handle your business. Don't worry about us.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Got it in the middle, it's Bernard. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be
Yay,
first and
man.
goal
Listen
from the
here.
line. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And in that situation, the 1 yard line, the defense brings so many guys. Palmer gets in the backfield, creates the negative play.
Yeah, I think we're seeing the overall athleticism of this defense. They've got guys flying.
Touchdown, Bama! They strike first in overtime.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
And the extra point makes it a 28-21 score. Now on first down, they need to answer with a touchdown. Using his legs, it's Judkins.
Oh,
Got some room, headed to the
I tried to
goal
tackle
line.
this nigga behind the fucking line
Touchdown,
without the
Buckeyes.
hit scoop.
They got it in the end zone. Now a decision to make with a point after.
First off, really impressed by how physical this guy is still running the ball this late in the game. And now it's decision time. You want to play it safe, kick the extra point, or are you feeling aggressive to go for 2 points?
And I think this is all about how you feel about your defense and how you feel about this game extending. Do I have a chance? Do I have better players? Am I more fatigued? Like, all this has to come into account because you got a chance right now with one play to win this football game.
Here in the second overtime, they'll snap it on first down. They're looking for an advantage to the right. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Ohio State. That score gives them the lead here in the second overtime.
What a day. His third rushing touchdown. And when you got your college fantasy football team going, this guy is racking those points up for you. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
Now in the second overtime, you must go for the 2-point conversion. Offense will use a timeout here to make sure everyone is on the same page here in overtime. Second overtime, and they'll have to go for 2. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They got the touchdown. Now in the second overtime, you have to go for 2. Back to pass, it's Howard. Fires to the
Oh,
Can't do it better than
nigga,
that.
I came
The
down there
two-point
to take that
conversion is good,
bitch,
and the lead is
and it made me turn my fucking shoulder the wrong fucking way. That's trash.
They know what's in front of them. They have to answer that score with a touchdown. Looking to move it through the air. Throws to the wideout. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
Bad news on that play is an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was with that ball landing on ground.
The incompletion brings up a second down. He's looking to throw. Gets it out quickly.
Hey, man, if you're going to make plays like that on slant throws, you got to be able to make catches in traffic. Good, strong hands by the wide out there on the slant.
Huge third down to keep the drive alive. They need a touchdown on this possession. To the ground to try to pick up the first. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. With that, now a 2-point conversion away from triple overtime.
Man, what a great response by this offense. Going down the field, scoring the touchdown now. I got to go for 2. I know the new overtime rules. They changed this years ago. Jesse, you should work on this in practice. What's your go-to 2-point play right here?
I'll tell you, after running the ball as well as they did on that last touchdown, I could see them doing it again. I think they've got confidence in the big fellas up front to get it done, find a way into the end zone, and be more physical.
They need this 2-point conversion to send us to triple overtime. To the air, it's Milroe.
Oh, you gotta hold on to it.
This is. For this one to end in double overtime. The drama built throughout.
I put that bitch right there. He gotta hold on to that hoe.
And then finally, the gut-wrenching loss at the end in overtime.
This coaching staff is going to look back at the overtime, and they're going to wish they had called some different plays. They had some things set up, but ultimately, with games like this, they come down to the wire. You got to be able to dial up plays to win. I don't think this coaching staff did a great job.
And it's so frustrating to get to this point and make enough plays to be in the game, to come up short in overtime. I'd almost rather get blown out or this game decided in regulation. Just very frustrating to lose a game, especially like this in OT.
That's going to